so quiet? Good morning. Morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy, what, the third? Time is just going by so fast. And it always does that when I'm about to have a big event. Like, I feel like I can't catch up with everything. How's everyone's Sunday going? I just got up about 15-20 minutes ago. I slept it. I got up early actually. I got up at 6:30, but then I just put on like my earbuds and then I fell asleep to like like it was like a Shark Week episode. And I just woke up and Kendall's downstairs with the dogs, so I guess they woke him up earlier than I didn't hear him. Um yeah, so I didn't finish my bag yesterday because the preparation. All right, so I had to skive down like all the leather pieces, which takes a while. So I'm not a pro at skiving, but I'm not a total noob. So what you have to do is like if you have a piece like this that you're skiving, you need to start off layer by layer. If you try to go into the like the to make it skive exactly to the like 1.0 or 1.3 and it's like 4 right away, you're going to wind up getting rips, tears, and inconsistencies. So it's kind of like filing your nails. You're trying to do it slowly but surely where you're not damaging your nails and you're not causing a split. You are just trying to make sure that everything's even and consistent. So that took 2 hours. And then good morning. I had to edge paint before. And I was trying to figure out why I do this. Because whenever I edge paint first before I stitch. It's because of Maggie 55. I knew it was something. I don't know why I do it that way, but I never stitch first. I usually edge paint first. So I edge painted everything and I cut out all the lining. Everything's cut out. There's a lot of components to this bag, but I believe I can get it done before 5 o'clock this afternoon. And I'm gonna go forth from there. Um, and when it's done, I'm gonna be really excited. I'm also adding a special like center divider pocket, as well as the center divider have snaps that she can add her laptop case that I'm like a sleeve that I'm making for her as well. I just have to find I have this green Star Trek print that I want to use for it, but I cannot locate this. It's water resistant canvas. It should be just folded up somewhere, but I can't find it. Um so I'm hoping I could get everything up before 5 so I could continue to do what I wanted to do tomorrow with creating PDF pieces and SVGs. Good news though. Before I was going to bed, I for like 4 hours I was dabbling with that. So it was like I skived, I cut out all the patterns, edge painted, rounded the corners, the whole 9 yards. So that took a very long time. But by 5 o'clock, I went upstairs to the room and I started taking some courses on SVGs and how to convert things to PDF and SVGs for Brother ScanNCut, um, Circuit Maker, and Silhouette. And I created my first PDF pattern where it was cut on the fold and everything, and it was scaled perfectly, had what to cut, and I feel really, really proud of that. It was instant gratification. Like I felt good because it was a struggle. I'm coming out with this pattern and I want to give the pattern pieces to everyone that's in So Magical as well as everyone that's on my Patreon, but I didn't want to give them a pattern piece that looked like basic, if that makes sense. Like I didn't put any thought or whatever. So for me to do that and figuring out how to export and import, how to do things with SVG files, I feel like I just I graduated to another level for sewing and I'm super excited. So I'm hoping that after tonight, when I'm done with this bag, I can continue to convert. I don't have a lot of pattern pieces. Convert all the pattern pieces to the SVGs and have it ready for the PDF files. And then I'll start writing well, the pattern's already written. I just need to take pictures and put the pictures by each section, and then it will be done. And I'm really excited about it. I'm right at the timeline that I wanted it. I wanted to have it before the 15th. So I'm getting really amped up about it. So that's all I'm basically doing today. Good morning, Arnetta. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing is um, my family is going to be going to a cookout to visit family that came in from Louisiana, and they're going to be in DC. So I'm going to be by myself, which is awesome because I can really focus and work. What also means that if I wanted to go live within That's So Nova or on YouTube while I'm sewing, I could do so. So I'm really excited about that as well today. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to do a go live because like as much as I love talking and sewing at the same time, I also like being in complete and utter silence when I'm working because I like the time just goes really, really smoothly for me. Yes, there are some serious I see all these sales, they keep coming into my inbox. I am avoiding things because most likely like you, Arnetta, we're saving money for So Magical because that is happening more sooner than later than we think. We are on a really close countdown. I think what is it, 19 days or something? So yes, saving money for So Magical, and then Sandra and I are going to go to after my class on Sunday. We want to go to Harry. We're going to go to Universal Studios, so we're saving money for that too. Good morning, Christine. So I'm really, really excited for finishing up the bag today. I mean, at this point, it's just putting it together. All the pre-work, the skiving. The skiving took me a while because I haven't skived for like a month. So the skiving, and the edge painting and all that took a little bit longer than I expected. But I also have to keep on remembering that I am congested and I gotta move things slow and I need to rest in between so I don't have like relapse. And everything's done though, so I'm pretty amped. I can't wait till the exterior is done first. It is a drop-in lining, so I'm hoping I can get the exterior done before 2 o'clock and then work on the interior and then just go put it together. And that way I can get the shipping label out and it'll be exciting. Then hopefully, like I said, Monday I can cut my thing and take pictures of each step, which won't be really hard for my pattern because my pattern doesn't have a lot of components. There's only 3 pattern pieces within my pattern. So if I can get that done and then cut out another order, I will be on cloud nine because that means on Tuesday I can finish the order and I can just focus on everything for Baltimore Comic Con. I am going to be so engrossed with it. It's going to be hard because I feel like the week of a convention, a lot of people when they try to reach out to me, I'm not ignoring people. It's just that I'm so engrossed in bagging, tagging, securing everything, putting QR codes for everything. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of preparation I do to put into this. I stuff all the bags so none of the bags get squished. There's like a lot of things. I have to go to the bank to pull out money for petty cash. I have to make sure I got my insurance papers ready for the convention. There's just a whole slew of things that you have to get ready for. Making sure I get snacks for Hope and I for so that we're not trying to we can eat like somewhat healthy on Friday before we go. There's like just a slew full of stuff that I have to get done before the convention. Good morning. Yes, definitely for HP World, say for that. So yeah, I've had even my I had a family member like, "Hey, I'm gonna come over next week on Wednesday." I'm like, "Oh, that sucks because I'm not gonna be answering the door. I'm gonna be work." It's like it's at this point, like I feel like people should know when there's a convention that I'm attending to. The week of the convention is like the worst time for you to come and hang out with me because one, I won't answer the door. Two, I'm so caught up on doing all the stuff. It's kind of like if I I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. There's like a million steps that I have written down, and if I don't do all the steps that I'm supposed to do each day, I feel immense anxiety, like I failed, and that now I have all this additional pressure to get things done. So, yeah. I have to pack Hope's little suitcases. We're gonna stay in Baltimore overnight on Friday, um, and pack our cosplay stuff. It's just so much stuff to get done. No. A rough answer is no, Miko. Most of my bags are one and done. So like the way you come to my booth, my personal style is not the same as a lot everyone else's. There are some people that like to make like boho chic bags, where it feels like more like Flower Child. There's people that like to make high-end bags, like they want to make their bags look like Louis Vuitton and whatever. There's different styles. There's some people that have like the everyday simply classic. It just depends on your thing. I have fandom bags where my bags are talking to people who have that are like kind of nerding out like I am. Like they're like, "Oh my God, Captain Marvel," or "Have you seen the new Ahsoka movie?" Like this is what they like. They on their everyday, like I'm wearing Mickey Mouse shirt. Every time you guys see a shirt for me, there's some kind of fandom on it. I actually got a weird comment that I don't wear regular shirts, because I'm not a regular person. I love things like this that bring me that that expresses I can express myself being Scarlet Witch or Black Widow. So for me, it's really important to have things that are individual because when people go to my conventions that I go to, and I went to these conventions prior to even selling stuff because I'm a nerd, um, that they feel like their bag is one of a kind. That there's no when they go look at the table, there's nothing else that kind of replicates what their bag is. That's really important for the people that I do clientele with because that's that's what they're going through. They're cosplaying as Superman. Yes, there might be a million other Supermans there, but the way they do their Superman is completely different from the rest. So there's not a lot of batch sewing I do. I do have occasionally replicates, like I'll have like two Aries, but one Aries is like completely Doctor Who, and the other one is, Battlestar Galactica. So it's kind of hard. I don't do a lot of batch sewing at all because I don't replicate many things that I make. Good morning. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I was really frustrated yesterday, but I wasn't feeling the best yesterday, but I did a lot. Maggie 55, if you guys have the Journey Traveler, that preparation is like the first like 15 pages. Like the preparation, she has you do the edge coating before you sew. So I have every strap piece for the side buckles, the shoulder strap, everything's already edge painted. And that takes time because you have to do like she does this thing where you cut out 1.5 inch pieces and then you put your double-sided tape on it and then you cut them down to like 1 inch pieces. So there's a lot of preparation in her bag making and then um like skiving down. Do I have a piece right here? Hold on. Skiving down like her thing so that when this folds over, it's not like thick. It's thinner. So when it folds over into the seams, it's not like ridiculously thick. So there's that, and then there was a million leather pieces to cut out. And when I cut leather, I cut extremely slow because it's not like vinyl where I can order some more. And this is it. So I am it's hard. It is hard, so but this is a custom order, and I wanted to make sure it was really nice for the person who's buying it. And she's giving me the opportunity to do, like, a classy bag that is Star Trek, and I am, like I'm here for it. I have all the hardware for her. I have, like, some cool, stuff to make her bag, like, pop where it's like undercover Star Trek bag, but people are not going to notice because they're just going to see this beautiful brown leather. So I'm here for it, and I cannot wait to get this started because I feel like once this major theme's done, the next bag that I need to get finished is the Trailblazer. But I can make the Trailblazer in my sleep. Like I know all the measurements, where the magnets go and everything. And this person, the most interesting part is going to be me sublimating things onto their bag to make it have that Coraline feel. So once I have those two things done, I am focusing just on Baltimore Comic Con. So I have a checklist for each day. Um, and it's really important for me to get that done so that way when I go there on Friday, I'm fully aware. Oh, like everything's fully on and cracking because the convention starts Friday and it ends Sunday at 5. So that Monday I'm going to be tired, but I do have a few more bags I need to make. I have one tester bag and two orders that I need to get done. So yeah, I was supposed to take off that week, but I have orders that I need to get done. And then it'll be going to SME. Thank you, Jenny. Oh yeah, no, no, I definitely not undersell it. Yeah, this is an interesting one. This is one, I guess, one of Maggie 55's first patterns. There's no there's only a video on how to install 24 line snaps and spring snaps. That is it. I think. I think there's two videos on how to install snaps, but there's no videos for the bag, which is interesting because I guess I started getting the her patterns with the Freddy Hobo bag, and that does have a breakdown in each section, but there's no videos for this. So it's just me reading the pattern and going for it. Let's see. I only cut one bag as I go. I don't because I don't like I one bag as I go, that's it. Because the bag that I'm making, I'm putting different if I make it a Star Trek bag and the other I want to make a bag that's similar, but it's Star Wars, there's no way I'm cutting them out at the same time because I can miscut out the wrong piece. So I just one bag at a time. Yeah, I cut out everything. Skiving is different. If I didn't have to skive this, if this was vinyl, this would have been done yesterday. But because I'm really cautious about leather because I don't want to mess up, especially when skiving takes me a long time. Just one step at a time. Um, this has some edge paint, but so it's a big computer bag. This is a hidden pocket and all that stuff. Yeah, that's a fun bag to make. So yeah, I'm just good morning. I am just focused on this bag today so I can get to the next part. I finished the bag early. Like I said, I'm going to do more studying um, on pattern pieces and stuff like that. Yeah, I was super happy. I sent a test file over to one of my friends and she printed out. She's like, "Yes, it fits the 1 inch things fits and everything." It was cut on the fold. I'm like really excited about that. And I'm also I think the most of the reason why I'm excited, it's not just for it's me high pattern, is that if you're a part of my Patreon, sometimes I'm showing you how to make modified pieces. And there's some of my some of the peeps that can't like when I'm teaching them how to round things or like change the shape, they have a very difficult time. So I would like to be able to, if I'm able to, when I create a different pattern piece, like create it and then send them the PDF so they can have it versus like I've done this before in the past, but it's usually I draw it out as I draw the 1 inch box and it's not really professional. It's just like drawings that I convert into a PDF versus having something that has the exact measurements, everything's exactly on point on a grid, and sending them out. So I'm so excited about this on so many levels because one, I really do love learning. Two, for my first pattern that I'm publishing for myself, I want to make sure that it represents me to the best of my knowledge. And I have I'm really excited about this because it's just be like 2 pages that you have to print for this PDF, and one is on the fold and the rest of it's not. And I'm excited. I'm super excited because if I can get that done and then have AO files for a large format so there's nothing being on the cut on the fold, as well as having it cut out for your Cameo, your anything for SVG files, I would be super excited. And I feel like it would be a huge accomplishment. No, I haven't showed it. I didn't finish it because the leather bag, um, I had to skive down. It was 5 ounce, and I had to skive it, and then part of the bag you also have to edge paint everything ahead of time, like you see here. And so between skiving, cutting, and edge painting, that's all I did, and I was really tired, and I didn't want to continue if I'm exhausted. So today is just I'm all done with everything prep. It's just going full-fledged into sewing. So once I get off of here, I'm going to make myself a coffee and then wind some bobbins and go into it. And I'm praying that I can be done by 5 so I can go upstairs and continue to study and learn how to do export files or SVGs and whatnot. So it's like I did a lot. It doesn't feel like it in the because normally I'm done with the bag. But instead of like continuing and waiting for the edge paint to dry or whatever, I went upstairs and I started learning, and I'm on kind of cloud nine on that because I love learning. I love, love, love learning. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my, the bag for bag of the month is super creative. Um, the double flaps, I've never there okay, there is another bag that has double flaps, and it's actually Emmeline's bag's best friend, Mrs. H, Samantha. Um, they're not rounded, but it does have a double flap. I have made a double flap bag, and I think they're always so wicked cool because there's always so many compartments, so many cool places to put your phone and everything. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's so hard because you don't want I don't know. I'm we're our hardest critics, right? So I just wanted to make sure that when I give this pattern to the people as me, so magical, that it represents the best I can do. I feel like I've tested so much that if I don't come out with a product that shows what I've been learning and testing, that I'm not doing myself any credit. So I'm really excited that I learned all this yesterday, like ridiculously excited to learn this software I've never used before, and taking classes, learning different things on YouTube, and I was on cloud 9 last night when I made a pattern piece. So, I just have to make these 3 pattern pieces and that is it. Um, and I'm good. And then I'll just start the whole putting my instructions next to the pictures, and it's not very labor intensive. It's probably like 2 pages if the most. So, it's a very simplistic pattern, should be really non-threatening, like, "Oh my god, I can't do this." Very beginner friendly, very people for that wanna do things for craft fairs and holiday marks, and it's gonna be ready to go, and I'm really excited to present it to, Patreon and give it to people for So Magical, and I'm excited. So, because next week, I'm hoping on Wednesday of next week that I'm gonna be doing, cutting out hi, it's me showing you inside the packages and telling you what else is to come. Um, and then showing you the 2 finished bags and the 2 prints that Sandra, sponsored, and have some fun with that and just have a good old time. No, I don't I just buy the patterns for Maggie 55. So, yeah, that's all I'm doing. Oh, I got, like, attacked. I was outside with a dog. Man, I got, like, a bazillion mosquito bites yesterday. I was like, "Why did I go outside?" It's late summer, they're trying to get their last little bites on. Yep, focus and move forward. So, today is get coffee. Um, I might go get myself an iced coffee. Get get a coffee and get the party started, and so I can work nonstop to get this bag. It doesn't have a lot of components. It does have some cool hidden pockets in the front. It kinda reminds me of car, like, backpacks. The Mercury bag has, like, this hidden file, and I'm really excited about it. So, I'm gonna get those done and go upstairs and learn some more. That's it. I'm sewing up the same bag yesterday, the Journey Traveler bag from, Maggie 55. I did mostly just all the prep work, and there's a lot of prep work. I do, implore if you guys are looking for a bag like this to do it, because this is very interesting. Most of the time when you get a Maggie 55 pattern, her instructions are mostly for leather. Because this one's newer, it is very unique. It's, geared to vinyl and or fabric, and the leather instructions are not until the back as in the addendum. So, it's interesting. So, if you're looking to make a travel bag or a computer bag, this might be yours, because this was made initially for vinyl, cork, or fabric. So, but the modifications to turn it into a leather bag is at the very end of the book. So it's very interesting because especially because I like reading her instructions even if I don't make a bag because her instructions are just full of education. Like she is a designer that just drops that knowledge. I feel okay. I have a lot of congestion, but not as much as I did yesterday. Each day I'm getting better, so I'm here for the progression. Iced coffee does sound good, right? See, and you know what's crazy? Because 'Cause I'm like, okay, Starbucks iced coffees cost a bazillion dollars. How about I just go to Dunkin' Donuts?" Every time I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I wind up disappointed. So, like, I wind up like bombastic side eye. Like, why did I get this coffee? Because you know what it is? It's my Dunkin' Donuts that's right across the street where the grocery store is. If I hop on and go like a mile down, there's a drive-through one that their stuff is amazing. I have learned from living here that these franchises for Dunkin' Donuts are not the same across the board. Like, the Dunkin' Donuts in the drive-through over, like, that's a mile away, the donuts come to you warm, kinda like when Krispy Kreme's does it, but the one the one across the street from me, it's like, "Are you sure these not the donuts from yesterday? They're kinda stale." The roadie? Yes, I did. I made the roadie mini, and I made it into a Loki one. It is a great pattern. Kathy made really good instructions for it. It is small but mighty, and it carries a lot of stuff. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, there's always the internet, and also call, Juki. The guys are in Florida. The Juki, fixer guys are 1 in Florida. So you're in a really good spot though, because if something really is bad with your Juki, the area where they get them fixed is in Florida. And what they'll try to do if you call them is they try to fix it with you over the phone first. If not, they'll tell you to put it in its original box. If you don't have its original box, they will ship you a box and they will work on it. Juki, the one thing I could tell you for sure is the original Juki, if you have a QVP mini, they will fix those bad boys. They're really good, and the guy's really nice, and his Aussie accent is amazing. Yeah, the Roadie's a really good one. Oh, yeah, it's a great bag. It's a very fun bag to make. Oh, yeah, definitely, I would recommend it because once you see it, Kathy, her patterns are pretty cool, like, you feel confident while you're reading each step. She really walks you through it. Okay, you're gonna make me wanna go get an iced espresso. Like, or no, we're right here. Juki Junkies is there, but if you call the Juki manufacturer, that is the national repairman for all Jukis across the USA, is in Florida. That is the, Journey bag from Maggie 55. It didn't take a long time to cut out actually that pattern. Um, the As You Wish one had doesn't either. For the 2 patterns I have made for her, it takes longer to cut out the paper pattern pieces than to actually cut out the pattern. It's really weird. I think I'm a slow person when it comes down to cutting out paper patterns. That's probably why I like templates so much, because if I can just cut once, great. Oh, yeah. I can make Kendall could do the French press, but normally he does that, like, at night, and then, like, cause he stays up later than me, so he, like, lets it kinda cool down, and then he sticks it in the fridge before he goes to bed. But, yeah, some coffee sounds really good right now. I'm really, really I'm slow cutter. I'm a slow cutter. I think I'm a decent sewer. I don't feel like I'm extremely fast, but I feel like I'm a good sewer, like, consistently, like, I can when I'm hyper focused on it, that's all I can do until it's done. But when cutting out a pattern, I'm like, "Holy moly." Good morning, Shannon. Yes. Yes, today's cleaning and organizing. I heard really wonderful things about Junkies as well. Yeah. Yeah, I love a good cold brew, though. I am not gonna lie, a good cold brew with with that sweet foam. Yeah. Jenny's putting people on time out. She's like, "Sorry, I'm faster than you." Yeah, you get progressively faster with each bag. It's that confidence build up. I don't feel like I'm a I feel like I'm just I don't know. It's a good habit, yeah. I don't like I know, but it was so cool because now I was trying to figure out though. I was stuck on stupid like where did I learn to edge paint before you sew? And now I know it is Maggie 55 because when I did it this time I was like that actually makes sense why I do this. Okay. Oh wow. I like making dresses. I love making dress and I love making over the top dresses. Mm. I know Jenny's on it. She's like, I got this. Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but you got this. Like the roadie from Cadil is like a fun make. Um that little bag packs a very big punch. Like when I seen the sometimes I'm really bad. I don't know if it's just me. Sometimes I'll see the measurements because all designers put the measurements like on the first page, like what are the how the depths, the height, the width, right? And for some odd reason, I never process it until I'm holding the bag and I'm like, it looks so much bigger or smaller in the picture. But that the Cadil Mini Roadie, it is so it's not so small. It's just it's a perfect everyday bag. I love the fact that she has the water bottle holder inside, which I tested it out. I put a regular water and Hope's Yeti bottle in it, and it fit just fine. Um, I do like how she has the front pocket because the front pocket, the zipper doesn't go to the left, it goes to the right to close. And I'm all about this. I'm all about breaking rules because I think we get into this mindset that we're only supposed to do things one way and we don't. Another person who did that, she's on here today. The Aries. The Aries has zippers going in different directions. Although she does give you where to have them going both going in the same direction, the fact that they're in opposite directions, I like so much because this makes now the bag not only right hand friendly, but left hand friendly and people that are ambidextrous friendly because I I like that. Just or like when we just did in Patreon when we did the Duncan, I did my zipper in the back going pulled down then versus pulled up. And I explained to them why because I it's easier for me to pull up my zipper in the back, grab my wallet and then pull it down. It's easier for me to do it this way. There's no wrong or right answers on how to put your zippers, but whenever I do see someone doing not what the norm says, it always makes me excited because that means that there's going to be opening up our horizons for a few people. I love the fact that the zipper gets zipped to the right because then it becomes a feature of the front of the bag and not just something that's pulled towards the side. Yeah. It's a very interesting feature to have. I do like all the pockets and slip pockets in the front, and I do love her back pocket. Her back pocket zips up though on for it. It's just like it's very interesting, and I think that's a fun bag because if that you want to differentiate how you put your zipper pockets in or whatever, you could definitely do that. But everything in the bag it's a pretty cool bag. I like her writing style too. Try it. Try the Aries, Mickey. I'm telling you, once you make it, you're gonna be like, "Why didn't I make it before?" It fits a lot of the Aries fits a lot of good stuff too. And then, like I said, the when you make one, the next one you're gonna think of cooler things. Just like the bag comes together really easy. There's not an over exorbitance of like all this hardware. Um, you that's a perfect bag to try putting like a magnet as like a logo in the front. That is a perfect bag to try a lot of things that you haven't tried before. And I always appreciate that. Like, another person I appreciate, and I don't know if I capitalize and talk about it a lot, is Aura Rosa, Alexis. I always love Alexis's zippers. I don't know how she does her zippers, like what or like her zippers in like the Catalina where things are folded over. There's like the inside lining is tighter inside. It's like in a weird loop. And then there's zippers and it becomes now a slip pocket in the back. She does really cool things with zippers. And you're like, how the heck did you do this? Her zipper and her card slots are always so intriguing to me because she never really does the card slots the same way every time. So I'm constantly learning how to do different card slots because of her. So it's like really fun because each designer, there's something about them that makes me like if it like makes my little heart like squeeze because I'm learning something that I think my brain was trying to figure out for the longest time and they just made it happen. Each person is it's pretty cool. Like I always say, Lavender and Twine, Erica wins the award for the weirdest pattern pieces shapes. Her shapes are so hilarious, like t-shirts, and you're like, what am I? How is this turning into a pot? What? And it's always crazy to see these designers do things, and they're making these puzzle pieces, and they come together as this really cool bag. Yeah, the Vegas one is and I think it's the same weekend as my retreat. That's good, Lynette. That's what you're supposed to do, come home exhausted and happy. So Magical had some amazing people there. I love Jessica from So Many Creations. She is so funny. She is so down to earth. Her and her husband are hilarious in her shorts. She has some of the most beautiful cork I've ever seen. She designs a lot of exclusive print corks, and she's just really cool people. And then again, Clume House. I love the fact that this person comes in with education for bag making. It's one thing that a person got into bag making because they were trying to create a bag that they haven't seen before. But this person like designed bags in Philadelphia for a major corporation before she decided to start creating bags and create her own business. I think I appreciate that on so many levels because she went to school for fashion design and all this stuff. There's so much education with Elle. It's not even funny. So people like her always intrigue me, and I always want to ask a million questions. Because of her, that's where I found out about tubular rivets and certain things that I learned how to install a cam snap, like a 24 line snap, like without any hesitation because of her. And she's funny. And then when you find out that she sews on a high, just like the heavy duty Singer, the gray ones that you get on Black Friday for 199, that's her sewing machine. It will, you're like, wait, how do you produce the bags that you do with that? And she proves time and time again. Look at Lavender and Twine. Erica works on a domestic. She does not have an industrial machine at all. And her bags look better than 75% of mine. Like she's on point. There's a lot of people I know in the bag community that work on smaller Jukis, like the QVP Mini, and they're doing their thing. Sarah Lawson works on a QVP Mini, and her bags are always professional looking. So just keep in mind that I know sometimes um, I feel like with our groups, we get FOMO. We see someone have something and we are afraid that we're going to miss out on making something just like they did because of the tools that they use. It's not the case. But I also love when people are not gatekeeping and they're telling their secrets like, hey, oh yeah, this hole puncher is gold. I got it from here. The other one sucked. Like, you know. Oh yeah, that triangle, the Trouty, that bag, man, it gave me a run for my money, but it was a good one. Like my little dyslexic brain was having the hardest time the hardest time during testing. Like that was the that was the first time I was like, I'm sorry. I was in the group. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. So can you please create tap um labels because I am not under these pieces look so similar and I am not it's my brain can't process it. So she created templates and labels and the first comment for the first person who made the bag was thank you Alexis for creating labels. I was like, God, I thought it was just me. I was struggling. I normally never need labels for Alex's things. I could just put the pattern pieces connected to the bag that I'm about to make. Like but I was that was that was my hardest one. Like everyone's like, "Oh, is it the Beast?" No, no, no. It was Trouty. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes you can't finish your project. So I think it's like Sandra said something really interesting. Sometimes at these retreats, it's not about finishing your bag. It's about like being in the presence of other people who do the same passion as you, who love the same things as you, and that you're not just talking to on the internet, you're talking to in person. Like we get ridiculously excited about some things. Like I could be like, "Oh my god, I got purple scissors," and Kendall's like, "Oh, okay." My kids are like, "They're purple." And if I tell you guys, you be like, "That is the coolest color. Where did you get it?" Da, da, da. I've always been looking for it. It's like a different. We're around fellow people. We're like in a sorority or some kind of group that we understand the little things make us happen. Like if we found new double-sided tape that doesn't gum up our needles, we're all high-fiving, we're all excited. Like, so I think that's what it is. It's we're being around other like-minded people and it's rare and it's fun. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I hope so too. There is a Gaylord in the DC Maryland border that's actually really cool because unlike the other ones, okay, there's a huge Ferris wheel off the water and it's cut all around it is casinos and other hotels. So, like if you don't want to stay at the Gaylord, you can stay at GM Grand. You can stay there's the whole block is nothing but casinos and a kind of like a fairground that's like they have a carousel and a Ferris wheel that's off of the water. It is amazing. I go to it during Katsucon and Station Union, and it's fantastic. It's beautiful. Like that Gaylord is amazing. They have like 40 like 4 or 5 different restaurants and baristas and just really cool stuff. It is a gorgeous Gaylord. Yeah, the Trouty is definitely a puzzle. No, I haven't seen that channel, Virginia. I haven't seen that. In a struggle, but I have this thing. I don't think there's a reason why I like a lot of people that I really admire for their work. They don't really work with waterproof canvas for the inside of their bags, like Bed Hog. And we were talking about one time because I noticed that on my domestics and also on my industrials that the stitching kind of goes like to the right very slightly. It's not uniform straight. It's very slightly. You wouldn't even notice it because I don't know, I look at stitching, like, right here, and I think it's because the back is plastic and the weft and warp of the weave in there is super tight. So, cotton, even though there's a weft and warp, like, linen's looser than quilting cotton, whatever, there's still when a needle breaks a hole, it releases that weft and warp so everything stays uniform. With the canvas, waterproof canvas, it doesn't. So if you next time you for just the funs of giggles, go get a piece of scrap cotton and do a straight line, and then or get a duck canvas and do a straight line, or even vinyl, and then do it with waterproof canvas scrap. You will notice that there's a slight tick, and I think it's because I don't think our machines like waterproof canvas as much as we wanna pretend it does. I understand the fun and the benefit of not having to putting interface on it, and having it done like that, but I've been recently going back to old school and just getting cotton and using, like, a Shape-Flex 101 or a Sew Fuse or Sew Fuse Plus because the stitches look neater and I notice it, and it's easier. You will have less struggle with sewing that versus a piece of waterproof canvas. It's a hard catch 22 because you get waterproof canvas because 1, it's incredibly cheaper than even a yard of fabric, and then on top of it, you don't have to put interfacing. But with that being said, if you really pay attention to your stitches, they're not uniformed because it is an artificial plastic that you're sewing with, and it gets thick really quick. Yes. Oh, for the trotter, yeah. That one woo, the trotter out of all my Ouroboros, everyone's like, "Oh, it was the beast." No, no, no. I have 2 sets of the different beast videos. I actually really have fun making that bag. It's the shoe compartment, I'm like, "Yes, let's do this." I love having a pattern that tests my skills, where normally I would be like, "Oh my god, I can't do this." That makes me wanna do it even more. But the Trouty, because the pictures are so mirror image to get that uniform look, it is it is hard. I think I did waterproof canvas on one of those, 2 because it was hard for me to match the mirror on mirror, and I made 2 of those bags before I did the video. They're gorgeous. Yeah, I know. There right now, there's so many sales at Joann's for, because, Labor Day. I might capitalize and run down and go get some different stuff. Yeah. Shannon, 100%. That's why I'm like, if you watch any of my videos, I'll be like, "Don't hold your breath," because or just breathe, because I know we all do that. It's like, I'm gonna hold my breath when I do that when I do the drop-in lining. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna hold my breath and just it's just a part of that process. I am super grateful for every single one of my industrials. They are blessings if you're able to get it. I also think if there's a lot of people that don't get an industrial because they don't have the room. And I have friends that have the Cellrite one and they love it. And it also has like this really cool zigzag stitch. I only got to play with it twice, but both times I liked it. Kate Made. Like that's what so there's a shirt that I have that has like Darth Vader and my friend made it. It says just breathe. That is my favorite t-shirt to wear. Yeah, talk shop, Jenny, talk shop, have fun. And like and Sandra does field trips. So we'll go to like we'll go to Tandy Leather. The shop next to Tandy Leather has like this amazing garden in the front. And a puppy that is like unreal. Like he's a person. He's like a straight up person. And I'm hoping we get to go to Harbor Freight. And that's personally just for my own benefit because I think the closest Harbor Freight for me is like 45 minutes away, and I've never been, but everyone always tells me to go, so I'm curious to see what it's like inside. Yeah. I think everyone I feel like in the sewing world, everyone's a little bit of a OCD, everyone's a little bit of a perfectionist. We all have FOMO. Yeah, I noticed, that I was the first person. I'm that one weird person that ever says that I don't like lace vinyl because the stitches come the emboss and deboss situation, so you can have a perfectly straight. If your stitches go into a deboss, it looks like it's invisible or it got sunken in. Then you go into an emboss, it doesn't look uniform or straight. So I'm as much as I think lace vinyl is gorgeous, I hate top stitching on it. 'Cause I'm like, "I didn't do it right." Yes. I like woven linings too. I think woven linings because I'm a firm believer that your insides, just like us as people, should reflect also your outside. So I love doing really pretty cut like fabrics that are inside and to get that same thickness that you want from a waterproof canvas, I just use Seal Fuse Plus or EB Fuse Plus or DHL 22 Heavy. It winds up being the same thickness as a waterproof canvas, and I still could bounce a quarter off the inside. It's nice and taut and everything. But yeah, it's the same thing. I noticed when I noticed the lace, that's when I noticed that waterproof canvas is a there's a slight tick. And it was driving me nuts because it wasn't uniform straight. Water resistant canvas doesn't do that, but waterproof canvas does. And some of the Cadora. Yeah. Yeah, very true. Not for plastics. And that's what it is. That is what it is. At the end of the day, it is plastic. Yes, it's a great selling feature because you can be like, oh yeah, you can wipe up your makeup or spills. However, it's you kind of can't say it's waterproof all the way. Once you punch a hole in it, you have a perforation hole, right? There is a hole. Okay, so just for testing sakes, draw go get a piece of waterproof canvas, and this is how I will let you know because I'm a tester. This is how I learn. I love testing things out. It's my little science brain is like, "Oh yeah, this is exciting," right? So go stitch a regular roll of stitching on waterproof canvas like a scrap, right? Then unpick it and take out all the threads. Then put water in it and you're going to see water seep through. Now do it again and on another piece and have a straight line. Wherever the holes are, the water can seep through. So if someone does spill, yes, it's not going to flood the inside of the bag, but there could be a slow leak that does go to the outside fabric because of the holes. It can't even like for backpacks for like hiking, you need to look into waterproof zippers. So that way it can truly be waterproof and nothing can get in. It's there's all these really weird things that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, but there are waterproof zippers. They
Mhm.
have them for for camping bags and hiking bags. But it's there are tricks that I was watching this guy to make sure that his inside was truly waterproof canvas. Like he would go and heat seal the back of all his stitches. So that way the plastic will shrink around the thread. So that way no water will trickle out. And I was like, I did not know. Okay, I had no had no idea. Yeah, the not interfacing, yeah. I like there's something about a woven, like, having, like, a pop of color that no one expects in there or yes. I don't know, I do my I think my 1541S is a different beast altogether, 'cause so I was watching someone saying that they couldn't sew cotton on it, and I'm like, I mean, if you look at my videos, like if I have, like, cotton water pocket, you see me sew you see me base the things onto the zipper and then use the double-sided tape and sew over it, and it's just 2 layers of a woven interface, and I have no issues. It's not, like, bunching or anything. Um, I've never had any I mean, it can't sew like silk and chiffon, but I made all cotton bags on the 1541S, and again, I did this purely because of the thread color. I don't have all thread colors in 40 weight and or 70 weight or 90 weight, so it depends on what the thread colors are or whether or not I'm just gonna be like, "Okay, I'm going to the 1541 or the 5550." Yeah, don't tell me that. I'll just be at Joann's, like, right now, like, "What you doing? I need to get some stuff." Get that 1341. I love that 30 I l at first, I didn't me and Tana were not friends, but the more I got to sit with her and I played with her, she is my machine of dreams. I wish that my table, the screwing table, was just a little bit bigger, um but I'm learning how to put a rolling cart by it and just call it a day. Um, and after I sanded it down, it tremendously it tells you in the instructions to sand down that table, and I just didn't do it. Yeah, dude, I already said the journey after I cut out every single pattern piece and cut out all the leather, sky, edge paint, cornered off each of the thing. I know because Shannon, this is where I got it from. Because remember, I was like, yeah, I edge painted all my Aries pieces or something without sewing them. It's because now I know. This is what because this is what happened at the Freddie from her. I totally forgot. That's what Maggie 55 does. She makes you cut out, round all your pieces out, and then edge coat them before you sew them. And I was like, why do I do that?" And I could not remember because 'cause it's been such a long time since I did a Maggie 55 pattern. That's where I got it from. Edge paint first, sew later. I think it's a toss-up. If you're confident in your sewing, go for, edge painting first. If you're like, "No, man, I need to do my top sewing because in case I mess up my top sewing and it's edge painted, I'm SOL," then go that way too. I think there's no wrong or right answer, but I I feel like one of my strength is top stitching. You did some serious damage at Joann's. I need to go to Joann's for a few things and very few things, and I hate going on Sunday because I feel like and everybody and their mother's there on Sunday. 40 miles, Christine. Whoo. Yeah, there's limitations on everything. Someone said this if you expect one machine to do everything, then you're going to be in some serious doubts and in some angry situation. I use all the machines I have. Not one I can't give you one machine that can do everything. It's just impossible. I like drop-in linings. It's weird, but I do. I really do like them. Yeah. I love wax canvas. I love wax canvas so much. I usually do with my wax canvas depending of what I'm interfacing with it. Normally I interface if I want it to have more body. I have this sticky canvas interfacing that looks like regular wax duck canvas, except it's sticky. So I could put foam or something in the middle and then press it around onto the wax canvas so it can become more body. If I have more body, then I can sew it on the 1541 or the 1341. Most of the time, I'm on the 5550. I love wax canvas, and I love when I get to make it too. Or better yet, when Kendall makes it. His is better than mine, but don't let him know. You can make it. Kendall has a video on my channel showing you how you can make wax canvas. I love the lace. I love the way lace looks. I just hate the way the top stitchy looks. Yeah, it depends. I don't know why, but if you really look at any of my videos, like if you look at the Aries and when I'm doing the pocket, I am not in a different machine when I'm basting together the zipper and you don't see any bunching. I don't know. So I don't know if that's like a 1181 thing, but on my 1541S, I do not have that issue nor on the 1341. I use a bazillion clips. Whenever you I do Whenever I do a drop-in lining, I have, like the whole thing has clips, and you're like, "Do you have enough, Shnova?" I do like fleece, though. Fleece is, like, low-key one of my favorite interfacings because you can get the structure of it standing up, but it's nice and soft, pliable on your body. I don't like a rigid bag, like, carrying one because it looks gorgeous, but it's not comfortable to carry. Yeah, it's a holiday weekend, so I get to sleep in another day tomorrow. What? Okay, why is sleeping past 9 like the best thing ever? I'm not gonna it is the best thing, and now my kids are of the age where they all wanna sleep in versus waking us up at 5 o'clock in the morning, like, "Hey, I wanna go out and play," and you're just like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning," and then they didn't care. Now I have to wake them up, and I'm creative with waking them up because they were so creative waking me up. My favorite thing to do for Hope is to let Loki into the room and walk away. Open the door, let him in, and then in about 5 seconds, like you count in your head 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, Loki, no! She's up. She's up. Oh, I believe in revenge. So, yes, do wax canvas if you can. Yes, Kindle is what his video is so funny. He's like, go to your local like thrift store and you can get a crock pot. And he has like two crock pots for two different ones. See, I mean, I know that's why I wanted to teach this when I taught the sandhill tote because I was like, we're gonna drop in and I'm gonna teach you how to thread base. I learned how to thread base from Country Cow, and ever since I learned how to do that, that is like my favorite thing to do. So, okay, I'm gonna do it for the science. Okay, I'll definitely do it. Yeah, I never had bunching. It wasn't until I was watching a video this week where someone was like, "Hey, yeah, you can't um sew cotton zippers on." I was like, "Wait, who's what are you talking about?" It's like I do it all the time. Now, I'm not like sitting here sewing silk and chiffon, but if it works. Oh, yeah, I'm going on so after my class on Sunday, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, everybody, hugs, hugs, hugs," and I'm out. I'm going to Wizarding World. I I have to I'm just gonna go. It's Halloween at Harry Potter. I am going to be full-fledged. I'm gonna if you see me there, you're gonna be like, "Shanova's a nerd." She's wearing a robe, and she has a wand interacting with every yeah. I believe in going to theme parks without children. I love going with them because I think that it's amazing that to see things through their eyes, but it's kinda like my kids with movies and TV shows. They ask me questions when I've never seen the movie with them, and then you're like, "They're ruining it." I like to the So, I my kids are fake Potter fans, and when I say this, they rep their houses, but you ask them to name a person in their house and they can't. Fake Potter fans. Now, who isn't a fake Harry Potter fan is Kendall, aka Big Head, aka Ravenclaw. He knows the characters. He loves the Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beasts movies. So the only person I wish was coming with us would be him because he actually likes Harry Potter. But no, I don't want to take my kids. They're faking it. Don't. Oh, I'm House of Slytherin. Name. You can't even. Who's the main person in Slytherin? Yeah, she can't say Voldemort. She didn't say that or Snape. None of that. You don't even have to watch the movie to know that. I'm just saying. Oh, also, I was rewatching the movies and I was watching the last 2 ones. Man, those are dark. It went from like 0 to 100 real quick. So, like, watching this now as an adult versus watching the series, like, in my teenage years or whatever, those adults are messed up. They put a lot of pressure on kids. These kids are experiencing death, destruction, being cast out of the community. And they're like 11 when they start. Albus Dumbledore is kind of a prick. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I said it. I said what I said. I said what I said. It's real. I just wanted to throw that out there. Rewatching the thing, I'm like, man, the adults really um kind of sucked for the kids. Like they were like, take over this. Only you can take away all the Horcrux. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You know, you guys were all a part of this, and why didn't you stop it back then? But me, a minor, has to stop. Yes, Shannon, I gotta see you. Yeah, but we were booking flights, doing all that. Whoop whoop. Yeah, retreat. Yeah, I'm saving money for the retreat. Yeah, I'm saving money for the retreat. I'm saving money for all the things. I know. I see Sullivan makes one. I gotta figure it out. I actually like that it sits up. It was weird because I thought when I love my 1541S because my chair is like made for that everything's ready to go. So my biggest gripe about the learning curve for an industrial free arm is how high it is. And I didn't like it at first, and now it's like my favorite thing ever. Like I like I love the fact that it's so high. So when I'm doing my hand gestures, it's not low. It's like it's like balanced. It's really weird. I noticed I have less I'm not slooping over more. It's for alignment issues for your body. I don't know, at least for me, I feel that that is way better for me because I'm tall. I am a tall person. I am 5'9" and a half. That I everything is even plain. Like it I feel like I'm, like, sitting upright in the whole 9 yards, and I'm not sleeping over. If you watch a video and I'm on the 1541, I'm, like, curving my body in, doing the weird Ouija hands and or praying hands, and I am really close to try to make everything work. My back's curved over, and with the 1341, it's not. So, it's just something to think of, especially if you have back pain or shoulder pain or neck pain. Yes, I did see the poison apple mug. It was I'm afraid you guys seen how many mugs my daughter has broken. I There's only so many cups that I can call chippy. So okay, like my children is don't be a poser for the fandom. Don't don't do that. I don't don't be a poser. That's the same thing I tell about people selling bags about fandom. Like, someone from Doctor Who and or Lord of the Rings will call you out. Like, I sat across from a table from a lady who made these really cool leaf bags, and when the guy was like, "Oh my god, I love it. I'm gonna put it across my chest," like, she made it into a sling, and I was like, "That's dope," because, they have it tied to the color. He asked her, "Who's his favorite character in The Hobbit?" And, like, if they can be a character, period, which what character you would you be? And I was like, "Dude, I'll be Legolas." Right? Because I feel like I'll be an elf. Because in realistic Shannova, I'm super clumsy, so in fantasy Shannova, I can, like, kill people while I'm floating on 2 people's head going down a river and just popping off those bows because this is my imagination, and I feel like I'll be a opposite, and she was like, "Oh, the one that says, 'My precious'?" I was like, Ooh, she's not right." He took off his sleeve and was like, "Thank you," and walked away. You cannot fake funk with fandom. Like, every bag that I make, I know the fandom. I will not make something that I am not. I won't make an Aquaman bag because the only thing I know about Aquaman is Jason Momoa. Like, Kendall knows everything about him and his character and his family history. When you go to these conventions, it's sort of like the sewing conventions. You're going there to commune. You're going there to be with your people and to talk to them. But if there are people that are faking the funk, it's kind of like a Renaissance fair. I want to go because they'll ask some weird random question. I'll be like, I as you wish. like you can't fake what you do. You have to be 100%. Like, there's people when you make those boutique bags, you're trying to go against people like, Yves Saint Laurent, Salvatore Ferragamo, and like if you know these brands and someone's in the boutique and they're like, "Oh, what this looks very much like the baguette from Coach," and you'll be like, "Yes," and like the Coach one, it has da 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 XYZ. I'll be at a loss. I'll be like, "Dude, I don't know when the last time I touched a Coach purse." So, that's what I'm saying. Know your crowd, know what you're going for. There's so many different genres. I like the boho look, just like different things you're more aware of. Like the boho look is really big in Arizona, and there are a lot of people that work with the indigenous people that are in Arizona, and they learn about certain wind chimes and feathers and what they mean in different crystals and stuff so that they are able to be like, this bag when you wear it is a healing bag, the feathers are to bring you luck and whatever. If you brought me in there, I would be like, I don't know, I thought the colors were pretty together and I lost a sell. So know the genre that you're trying to sell for and be confident in it because that's what the sell is. Half the sell is just you being confident, and now the other half is this person's relating to you because obviously they seen something in you that they wanted to keep for themselves. That was a big box rant. Oh my god, Knoxberry Farm is amazing during Halloween, and then I love to walk out, and then you can go to their like jelly factory where they have all the jellies. Oh my god, that boysenberry is chef's kiss. Oh, Busch Gardens, yes. I I like going to any theme park during the holidays, it's always fun. I know it could be a short person. I don't know. Shannon has a free arm, so she might be better equipped to tell you if she has to do a bar stool or a better chair situation. Yeah, my precious. She said that seriously. I was like, "It's not, she didn't even say to me, okay." Like, and he asked another ring question, like, because they were legitimate because it was during the Ring of Power, and you find out really if you read Lords of the Ring, you find out where the rings go, right? And someone asked something. It was like a really good question, like, um, we know how Smeagol got it, how he had it so long. We know where Bilbo got it, like, but where where were all the other rings? And if you had another ring, would you automatically gravitate towards the one ring? Like there was like all these really cool what if questions, and it is what it is. Kind of like if you never played Dungeons and Dragons, do not fake the fun and say that you can, because somebody be like, oh, so, uh, how many stories have you made? Like you're what? I always learn from different things, different people. I found there was a lady at a boutique store that she was selling her bags, and she had a bag like a baguette bag that looked like a Chanel, and when somebody was talking about it, she was talking about how many hours she put into the quilting, and that like the hardware and the features that Chanel had and the chains and everything, she was able to do tit for tat for it. I was like, "You're pretty cool." You know, I feel like you don't have to even wanna be in fandoms, you could just make a Lord of the Ring bag. I think it's just that classy. Like, it's just like yeah. You use a swivel stool? Yeah, see, everyone has something different. Like, I have a Saunders chair that I'm sitting in now. Um, it works out great, but because I keep my hips even, they're not like hyperextended up or going down. I have to sloop down, like go down to so when I'm getting to really details, and it doesn't really bug me, but when I start really focusing more and sewing more on the 1341, I noticed that my back didn't get as tight because I'm sitting like chest level to the thing, so it just it's better for my posture. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go again, coffee and maybe some snacks, I don't know, and get this party started. And hopefully, I'll be able to show you a finished bag tomorrow. So, I hope everyone has a really good Sunday. Get those cells, get those cells, hit them up. I wonder how Hobby Lobby sell. Oh, no, they're not open on Sunday, so it would be Joann's and Michael's. So, and I don't, most of the quilt stores over here, they're never open on Sunday. So, I hope everyone has a really great day, and I will talk to you guys manana. Bye.